everybody.
I'm Misha.
And I'm Nisi.
And we're sisters with Ish to Success.
And yes, we're real sisters.
All right, everybody, let's get into it.
So, last week was the verses between Ja Rule and Fat Joe.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I didn't want to watch it because I'm like,
yeah, I was getting a little tired of verses, but it's pretty good. It brought back some good old,
it did. It definitely brought. To me, Ja Rule won because Fat Joe was playing like, I guess it was like stuff that's from like his albums. I don't know. I wasn't really like a big Joe fan.
Yeah.
Or Fat Joe. My bad. Fat Joe. Big Joe.
Big Joe. Okay, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to kind of gauge because I really wasn't, but Ja Rule was the back in the day.
It was like because once like Ja Rule played his songs, like he was playing songs that was hits back in the day. So even if it wasn't like a big song, it was like the whole nostalgia of it.
Right.
So to me, Ja Rule won.
Yeah,
but like Fat Joe, let me make sure. Fat Joe. I know his name. But like Fat Joe, I don't know. He was kind of like, I get like fun shade, fun competition.
Yeah, but he was kind of
cutting up. Like he was cutting up. So like when Lil Mo Vita came out, he was talking about you gotta feed your girl. See, my bitches eat and all that other kind of stuff. And Lil Mo didn't like his comments.
I kind of agree that I wouldn't necessarily like all that either.
Okay, so this is the issue I had. So the next day, Lil Mo made a statement like Fat Joe needs to apologize. But I'm like, sis, you was on the stage twice.
Yeah.
Like when he made the comment, she walking out. Mm-hmm. If she didn't want to just come back and be like, wait, hold up, and pull his coattail. The second time she came out, I would have been like, okay, well, you know what? First of all, like, I know, y'all got to talk, y'all talk for the verses. Mm-hmm. But don't disrespect me, okay?
Yeah. What I didn't understand was the women and children.
See, I didn't like her.
Is we in the streets or we are in the studio?
Yeah, like she was like women and children off limits, and then like
it's a different place. But when it comes to the studio, I don't think women ever been off limits.
I mean, right? Yeah.
We gotta look at like we was talking about before, Tupac with the whole on Lil' Kim, he went in on Faith.
Yeah.
So what is she talking about? Now I don't agree with that part of it. But I think Joe was a little harsh. He kind of was doing a little much to me. But either way, Joe won.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'm just saying, like, she should have addressed it then. Like, I get you trying to be professional and everything, but it was like, okay, pull his coattail, like, let him know.
I bet if Remy had felt like John was doing too much, Remy was gonna have something to say.
Right, Remy would have said something right then and there. Like, and she would have said something right then and there. Then she probably would have made a statement, but she would have said something right then and there. I just think Lil Mo should have said something like it. I don't know. I guess it just would have made me feel better if she would have said something right there in the moment. Right. Like, because I know if it was me, I would have sung my song and then he would have said that. I probably would have came back and I'd be like, wait, hold up. Wait, Joe, what you say? What'd you say, Joe? Like, wait, first of all, no. Because your mammy ain't up here. Because you know me. Because, like, look, if we going back and forth, then shoot, let's go back and forth. You want to bring me into it, let's go back and forth.
Right. Yeah.
Like I would have said something. I would have said something like, "Oh, you in the crack house?" No, that was your mammy. Your mammy was in the crack house.
Girl.
That's why you're fat now, because your mammy was using the food money on the crack, and now you got a little money.
Oh.
You're using the money on the food. I would have been with him.
You must have didn't like what Fat Joe was saying.
I didn't like it.
You was feeling it a little bit.
I didn't like it. That's why I want a little bit. I'm like, girl, stick up for yourself.
Because the crowd house comments was a little rough.
You know?
He just seemed to have been going in a little hard anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
You know, and I don't like how they do Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they do
a little too much Ja Rule.
Like, we all know Ja Rule studio gangster. But they really be, everybody be coming for Ja Rule. So, right? It's like, you know Ja Rule ain't really on all that. Just don't stick to the music.
So, so I did see in the comments though. Somebody gonna say Ja Rule look like Mr. Gaines from a different world. Now I can't unsee it. Now every time I see it, I be looking at him like, damn up, damn up. Cause no, I gotta get home to damn up.
Look, y'all in the comments, please tell me y'all remember hearing Mr. Gaines from different world.
Like,
and he do kind of look like him.
And now I just can't. Now I just can't unsee it. Like, but the thing is, I just wish Lil Mo would have said. I just wish she would just, said something.
Yeah, that would have.
And in the moment, and don't wait, to the next day. Because I'm an in the moment type chick. I got it. Because if I wait, I'm gonna get even mad.
Maybe that's why my temperament be so bad, because I be waiting.
No, I'm in the moment. Because you know what? Because I probably react to a situation more harshly than I need to if I let it sink in, if I let it marinate.
I let it marinate. So,
and then like somebody might be like, she didn't even have to do all that. And I'll be like, you know what? I wouldn't have done all that if I would have got to you in the moment instead of trying to be the bigger person. See, all the time it ain't good to be the bigger person.
It depends for me. It depends for me. First of all, when I'm very, very angry, I do not think straight. So I cannot, and that just make me even madder. You know how you be arguing with somebody, you stop, because I start stuttering like, bitch. They don't want to hit you because I done stuttered. Okay, so look, and then so I be quiet, for a minute, and then it's simple, and it be done, and it be ugly.
I'm like grandma. I'm quick on my feet. I go back. I'm like, hey, look. That's why I'm ready for Fat Joe. I was ready for Fat Joe. I think that's probably why I called him Big Joe, because I was already ready. Like, okay, you want to talk about some of this? Let's go.
Oh goodness. Anyway, let's get ready, y'all. Let's get to the. So you went to the barbershop this
So it wasn't actually. It was a situation that happened a few times. Another time I went to the barbershop, but so I took my son to go get his haircut or whatever, and they be having barbershop talk, and usually when they be having barbershop talk, I'm usually like, it might be another mother in there, but it may be like me and another mother there. So when they had a barbershop talking, and they probably, water it down some because I'm there. But they do ask me like, hey D, like what you think about this? What you saying about this? So they were talking, the issue about relationships came up. Like this guy was there, he's married, and like I guess his wife had like an issue with him, like, working so much. And I know I had a friend that had an issue with her guy working too much, and I was like, girl, be quiet. Cause, he just hanging out. Okay, that's one thing. But working, you be quiet about some work. You be quiet about some work. Now, you let that man do some working now.
Yeah, I'm not raised like that.
Right. So, we was talking about, like stuff in a relationship. And my friend's uncle came in, and he was quiet, but then like when they started talking, like, really get down deep in a relationship, he says, well, every woman can have a good man, you just have to be willing to share that good man. So when he said that, like, the barbershop got quiet, but I was like, oh, okay, all right, what you talking about?
Yeah, what you talking about?
So,
look, hey, what?
So basically, he was bringing out like how women outnumber men, which, you know, is true. Women outnumber men or whatever. And he was just saying, like, it's mainly like the, you know, because whole poly relationships is trending now. Everybody want to be in a poly relationship. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people want to be in a poly relationship. You know, it's popular now.
Yes.
So he was just saying, like, you know, it depends on the role that the man takes in the relationship. Like, you got to make sure that the women have, you know, their own space, which is true. Like, you can't have a whole bunch of grown women in an area without people bumping heads. Like, that's why when you get a certain age, you got to move out your mama house, because you and your mama gonna start, you know, bumping heads. And he also said that you got to be able to be the head and take care of, you know, those households. Now, I know, like, there's different, like, dynamics in, like, the poly.
It is, but let's back up for just 1 second before taste. He's saying that you have to financially be able to support these households.
Yeah.
Now, in this day and age, the cost of living, especially in the Chicagoland area, the cost of living is high. People barely able to take care of the cost of living for one household. Now, why is it trending nowadays?
So look,
these relationships.
So look, I was actually having a conversation with somebody else, and I don't know if it was on his podcast. But I'll put the link of the podcast below. But, like, I don't know if it was his podcast or it was just something he posted, because he was talking about poly relationships. So his name is Cam. So he was saying, because I was saying, like, you know, well, if you're gonna be in a poly relationship, you got to be able to take care of all these women that you're supposed to be having. And he was just saying, like, well, a lot of times they have these poly relationships and everybody work. I ain't gonna wait my turn and work.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is because when you say it, I'm like, it's the
like, I ain't gonna wait my turn.
To be sharing, you better be more than willing and able,
right,
to provide every damn thing I need.
Right, I'm not gonna.
If I got to be talking about some sharing,
you got to wait your turn. Yeah, you got to wait your turn to be with your man, and you got to work. Right, and you got to work. So look, so you know, I'm like into reality shows, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching 90 Day Fiance. Must have fell asleep. My Sister Wives came on. Now, I never was a fan of Sister Wives. It was never a show that I watched. But I started watching it. And one of the wives was working. And I was like, girl, why is you working? Like, I'm taking care of the kids, and I'm going to get a garden. I clean up around the house. But I ain't going to wait my turn, and work. Like, I'm not doing that.
No,
but
this is when you don't have no business. I'm going to need you to stick.
But when I commented on that post, when, you know, talking about, you know, I was like, well, the man got to be able to take care of every household. And he was like, you right, and then you wrong. Because sometimes, like, if the guy is making $60,000, then, but look, this is what he said. He said if the guy is making $60,000, and he was like, he can't take care of everybody, but like, you making $60,000, you making $60,000, you making $60,000, we all put our money together, then we can do in the household.
Nothing together.
But see, this is the thing. You can only have as many women as you can afford. So if you can't afford, you can afford one woman.
Ain't no way in the world. I'm not, like you said, waiting for turn. Okay, you're sitting over here patiently waiting for,
and then I got to work,
and then I got to work,
and then I got to put my money in with your other kids, because the guy for Sister Wives, he had 17 kids. Now I'm just not about. I'm not about to, and I know you, and I know it's supposed to be Sister Wives,
because it ain't happening.
Look, let me tell you something. If I gotta go to work, if I gotta be a sister wife and go to work, and sometimes you get to work, you get you a work husband.
Look,
you gonna have you a husband, brother. If I gotta go to work, a husband, brother. I gotta go to work.
Oh, that's right.
You gonna have you a husband, brother. Then eventually you gonna be less a sister wife because I'm gonna go over there with him if I ain't gotta work. Yeah, he can afford. He can afford me.
One-on-one relationship, that's fine. We building together, we going together, all of that.
Yeah.
But when it's all this, you know, we got to have this and this other woman coming in. What is really the benefit? Because the key to what he was saying is you can have a good man. You just have to be willing to share. Where's a good man at then if I got to be sharing? That's one part for me.
Yeah.
And then two, if I got to be sharing and paying, what is my benefit? What's the benefit? What's the pay? Where am I benefiting?
I don't like no sharing and paying. So look, you remember that time we had put on our Facebook page when we was talking about can a relationship go back to normal after somebody cheats? And my friend Neil, he was just saying like we gotta stop, acting like we're not supposed to be in poly relationships. Like we just gotta stop doing it. This is why we're dealing with this. So I just asked him, I was like, what you talking about? Like I need you to elaborate on it. So like we had a conversation, like a sidebar conversation. And so he said a lot of times women want a good faithful man. And they don't really put emphasis on a good man. So like a man is going to show you the version of him that's going to allow him to, reach his goal. And if his goal is to have sex, then he's going to pretend and play like he's a good man, he's a faithful man until, he's conquered you, and then he's gonna go on about his business. And then he was like, then you have, situations where women are single mothers and they're not getting no help from the man. But if you worried about a good man, like you see this man, he takes care of his home, he takes care of his kids, he just happened to have a family or two, and they all know about it. But you got a good man, like he taking care of home.
So he's saying that we hype up having a faithful man. Like that's just like we kind of overreaching a little bit, and we're not going to get what we really need if we want to.
So basically, what he was saying is like it's just not in a man's makeup to be faithful. They gonna want, they're gonna want.
Okay, that's in some men's makeup.
Yeah,
just like it's in some women's makeup. You understand? Everybody is not like, we keep making it seem like, and I don't like trying to overly push the fact that everybody is a certain type of way. Everybody is not that way.
Yeah.
Some people are not interested in having more than one sexual partner for just because they just don't like doing it. Why is that like we have to push that? There's nothing wrong with being in those types of relationships if that's your preference. But that's not everybody's preference.
Yeah.
And for it to feel like, they're trying, I keep feeling like people keep trying to push this narrative that every man is going to want a bunch of women, like, so that it'll be okay.
Yeah.
To kind of somehow brainwash us into not seeking commitment anymore.
But see, that's the thing, like a lot of women kind of like play into that too. Because that's why you have a lot of women that actually don't really want to have a threesome, but they'll have a threesome because they want to, please their man. Like they'd be like, well, it's better than him going out and cheating on me. Like we all doing this together, but he can still cheat on you. Like they can be getting together on the side, and then you don't know. You sitting there talking about something. Yeah, my man, he said that because we do it together. That's it. Cause we hit that together, and you sitting there at home, and they off. He hitting the caboose.
So silly. But look, I feel like this. Women, if you are not comfortable truly doing something because you want to do it, or you're not, like that's not really your desire, then don't do it just to keep a man. You don't do anything just to keep anybody.
Yeah.
So if you feel like I want me a man to be faithful and you're a faithful woman, you can find men out here that are faithful. You can find men out here who want to be in open relationships, and whatever you want, you can find that. But all this, you got every man doing this and every woman doing that. Like, we got to stop saying every.
And really, how good of a man can he be to you if he is trying to, spread himself around to other women? Because also, like he may have one that may be his favorite. Like
exactly.
they might have like a different.
That's what I was going to say. Like, what's the security in that?
Yeah, like they may have a different. Like they may have a a different bond, and then you'll be able to see the favoritism. And then the thing is like we're human, so one person might do something different in a way, or one person might have ways to kind of annoy him, and he might want to spend more time with the other ones, and it'll be like, oh, let me go over here with her.
It's the same thing. It's just he's able to do it openly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always might as well. He gonna cheat anyway. How about people just? Cause this is what I think, and I know some people gonna hate on what I'm gonna say. If more women start putting their foot down and saying, you know what, I'm not dealing with this, and I'm out, I'm up, I'm through with this, and stick to that, men gonna sit their butts down. But it's too many women willing to cheat with men that are in committed relationships because they just want a man. We gotta stop being so thirsty to just want a man. Yeah, any man. Because he's not for me, he's not a good man if I can't trust him. If he's not committed to me, that's not a good man. That's just getting a man that can take care of some financial business. Okay? Yeah. And you can be dating around or whatever and get a man that'll take care of financial business. I ain't feeling it. I ain't really going with it. I don't like it. I don't see the benefit.
So you don't think everyone can have a good man if you're willing to share that good man?
I disagree. Negative. He ain't a good man to me.
I don't know.
Not for me.
So I was talking to my friend Neil. I was saying that if I was to get into any poly relationship, it would be polyamory. Mm-hmm. Like polyamory is like it's a group of people. So like if I gotta wait, you gotta wait.
True. Now you know what? I could get down with that if it's because see this be my problem too.
Yeah, I don't like having to be waiting. I don't
like the one side.
Yeah.
Oh, the man over here doing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I'm over here, I got to be sitting there like, well, when can I see you? When I get a little time?
Well, you're right. I don't like that.
Hello, I'm over here.
But no, like he had, so I'm just going off Sister Wives because I don't know. But and also in Sister Wives, one of the Sister Wives kept having a cold sore. She couldn't be my sister wife because it's like, why you get this cold? And it was a big cold sore. It wasn't even like a little discreet, like I see, it was all the way down. I'm like, look at girl. What in the? It was all the way down. I'm like, girl, what in the H? What is it called? HV1 or whatever it's called. What is going on with that? Then I messed around and seen he had. I'm like, look, she could be my sister wife, but he couldn't be my husband. Good child, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Maybe that wasn't no cold sore.
It was a cold sore. It was a cold sore. It was. They do that. Like they can spread. It can spread. Okay. It was like
anyway. Let's get to something else. I don't like that. That's nasty. I know people can't help, but I don't want to be.
She had a big one. And she was sitting there.
Nobody. People have things and issues.
Yeah, but you know what? Look, that's even more reason why
I wouldn't want to be taping. I wouldn't want to be on TV.
That's even more reason why. I don't think that I could share no good man. Cause look, what if one of the sister wives got a cold sore like that?
But you know what? What if your man cheating on somebody that is got something anyway? Period.
I mean that's true, but that's why. But see, that's why it's like okay, you like anybody can do anything behind your back. Anybody can do anything behind your back, and like you said, like. He could be going off cheating and then bring me something back, but I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at my sister with the cold sore, and I'm just sitting here just like.
To be sisters. I don't like that. Why you gotta be sister wives? Let's be.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess because I don't know, Chad. I don't know.
Sisters, and we ain't gonna share no husband.
We sure we ain't about to share. That's her husband, Chad. No man.
Talking about sister wives. No, we not.
No, but like I was saying, if I was gonna get in any poly situation, I would be polyamory. When it's like a group of people, like 3 men, 3 women, and you kind of like, and they all agree like they kind of all agree like
all in a relationship.
Yeah, and they kind of just all agree like okay, we are together. Like, we deal with each other. So it can be like, well, what you doing tonight? He'll be like, oh, I'm gonna get with such and such. I'll be like, all right, well then let me go holler at, my other boo over here.
Wait a minute. So I'm confused. And just for education purposes, in that type of relationship, is everybody in the relationship? So is it bisexual relationship?
It depends. It depends. Sometimes it can be bisexual, and sometimes it's heterosexual. Like, the men are in a relationship, so those 3 girls are in a relationship with those 3 guys, and those 3 guys are in a relationship with those 3 girls. And then sometimes everybody can do everything that everybody gonna do. Like, you make the dynamic of the relationship.
I really don't. The thing about the whole other, the way people always try to make it look is like, oh, the men need to have all these women, but the women got to sit down and just be with the one man, though. Because most men, I'm not gonna say all, because that's what I just got to saying. A lot of men do not want their woman to be messing around, but they do want to do all of this and be open. And it's like, if we're gonna be open, be open.
But we do. But there's also some situations where the woman is just one woman, and then like she has like multiple guys. So in that
I've seen that, but rarely.
So in that case, is she supposed to provide? Cause look, I can't take care of y'all, baby. Now look. A man's supposed to provide. I'm old school. You know what? Every time a man want to be like kind of like dominant, like, see, I'm old school. I like for my woman to be at home. I'm old school. I like for my man to take care.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So like, if she's supposed to provide for all the men, she got to look, baby. I can afford.
Now look,
I can afford a little person.
If the men provide, all the men providing for her, that is.
Now see, that is different. But see, I don't know. I don't know, but like, I don't know if she the one that got to provide. I'm gonna need a little person. I'm like, look, I can't, cause I can't even get. I'm be like, let me get. What you get?
That's interesting though. That's interesting. So I can see how every side could be like, yeah, see, this how it should be. But look, guess what? But to get down to the point though here, for real, I prefer a heterosexual, committed, monogamous relationship. That's what I prefer for me. That whole, I can have a good man, I got to share, I got to do, like, I don't want to do nothing else outside of anything. I don't want to do that.
So I guess if that's something that if you agree to that, like if that's something that you seek,
yes,
then okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's also nothing wrong with wanting your own good man. Exactly. And if it ain't, and you can't just sit and say it just ain't no good man. Like, right. You just might have to
faithful man.
Yeah, you just might have to expand your horizon. Now what may happen is you might not get a good, faithful, nice looking man. He might be a little ugly. You might have to let him be just a little bit ugly. But I'm just saying, he might just have to be like a little smidge of ugly, and you just might have to take that. Or it might not be a good, faithful, fit man. He might have he might have hips, but it's okay. He good and he faithful, and he may look nice, and you can work on hips. Okay, you can work on hips. He might be good and faithful, a little broke, and you might be like, okay, baby, I need a little broke. And he might be like, okay, now.
You gotta be faithful if broke for sure.
You know what? Look now, let me tell you. Now it could be
have all this struggle.
It'll be a broke mofo that be sitting up there and be cheating all day long. But like, you might be a little broke. You might be, you might have to just be like, okay, we gonna have to fix this broke situation. So like, those are the things that you might have to sacrifice. Now, I ain't gonna never tell you to sacrifice for no body odor, because I ain't gonna never advocate for no body odor. Now, if he gonna have to be good, faithful, and know how to hit them spots and be smelling good now.
But they be getting going in on women have body odor all the time.
Oh, child.
What if
You had posted it one time talking about it be the butt. It be the butt. Let me tell you. That's for another time to play. That's for another time to play. But look, you can't just be blaming body odor on just the women and like they downstairs, because sometimes it be y'all downstairs. Don't you know how like right? I was about to say, don't you know how like and back in the day you used to have the basement and you can go into the basement and it be that be y'all area that be kind of just messed up. It be the butt child, and that butt can poof fill the room, child. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But that's going on the subject. But then we go, that's another time, another place.
Yes. Y'all, we thank y'all for joining in on this conversation. And as always, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe.
And thank you. Make sure you ring the bell so that you're notified every time we got ish to say.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.